Again, I begin this video again. I had music on, and it was really getting to me. It was front to front, pulsating in my head, and I had a thought. I called one of my cats 360, the other one I call 420. How can I make numbers? Well, how can I make it an equation? Well, first of all, it relates to a clock. 360 tells me it's a ball. It goes all the way around. It goes around and comes around and does a 360. How does it do the 360? Does it go like this and then come back like this? What are the corners like? Does 360 have to be like this? According to an arc, according to the arc, which can also be the archaeologist, but according to the arc, okay, this arc, this is 90. So this is showing me from the center straight up it's 90, showing me there's 1, 2, 3, 4. At the same time, my question is, where does it start from? Does it start from in here? Or does it start from here? My arc. And then this actually ends here. It shows you, and then you flip it over. Is there any part of this thickness that separates this side from its second one, showing me that 360, which should actually be 288 degrees, is now 360 degrees because of the addition of the cross inside. Now, if we divide the cross, we no longer have 4 zones. Just by dividing it this way and this way, we turn 4 into 9. The roulette board doesn't show squares for betting areas. They show rectangles. Is there a reason for it? Because man's mind? Where does man's mind come from? Do we live in a star system? I know for a fact that you can walk around and ask many people, how many people believe in God or something, if you're not an atheist. The star system is out there. You want to call it your God, my God, his God, it doesn't matter. We need to rebuild the system and let the system re-guide us. Take ourselves away and back to whence we came. Oh, I sound poetic. So this is what we're going to do. Today is Halloween. It is the 304th saddest day of the year. I'm saying it's a sad day of the year because somebody came by and I didn't have any candy, and I would love to show off my candy house. You know what I'm saying? What I do, just make a move so we can bring the knowledge. He's laughing in the background. Yeah, we can bring some more smiles to the earth. Another reason why this planet is so beautiful, no matter how things go. If it was seen, if it was guided in a better light, that we wouldn't have to go through certain aspects. Okay, we can't change the whole world, but if we can change just one aspect of the world and recalibrate certain things, a lot of the thinking will change. But here right now, I want to go over this part. Hexagon, octagon. 4 times 72, 288, which should be a whole year. Okay, plus 16, right? How sweet it is. You add on the half-life of birth, you're going to add on 16. Now, would you say the added on extra space is enough to bring your 180 degrees, right? Remember, 180 degrees, that piece, where is it? Imagine the Earth balancing on this, the flat plane of Earth. Here is part of a wheel. Either this is touching the bottom and we're balancing, moving the oceans, or this is actually under the ocean and it's the invisible wheel. You don't see the energy. You know, they talk about the Taurus energy, right? The invisible wheel that's also ruling with inside the earth or below the earth. Anyways, I didn't want to talk about that. I don't know why I brought that up. Anyway, let's skip back over to what I wanted to talk about. Halloween is the 304th day of the year. Okay, I like to call that the year that is already completed. 0, okay, is a value of 21 and 6. 6 is the value of the half-life on the cube. and brings in on the opposite side, okay, number 1. If I have the 2 here, the 5 is here. I have the 4 here, I have the 3 here. That means the 1 is on the other side. That's your half-life. All zeros equal 6, and there's a new numeric equation, and where when you count 60, the French told me to do it this way. The French told me to do it this way. 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3. This is where everything begins, but this number, 1 plus 3 equals to 4, is already located in number 5. That is where it's located. In number 6, it brings in the half-life with the spirit. So when we add all of these, they're all inside number 6. So when you add up 1 to 6, it equals to 21. Now you can add up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 70 and 21, 91. The numeric value to the spirit. That's what these end up valuing at. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 equals 21, 31, 41, 51, 61, 71, 81, 91. That's what this value is. And it happens again. Okay, in fact, it happens, what I actually do is instead of counting the tens, I just say this is my family of tens, all inside 6, the total is 21. The value, okay, why I'm going to 17 is because what they do is the minute they get to 70, see this would be 60 plus 10, 16, 11, 16, and 12, but when they get to this number here, right, they say this is as a whole number, ohms. They say this is a whole number. When they come here, they now separate it. They go 10, then 7. Here they're doing it as a whole number. Here they're going separately. That means the 10 family, or hypothesis, could be at the 7th gate. Could be in the 8th heaven of the 9th birth of the one Spirit of God, 6. And it happens again when you reach 80. When you reach 80, they say it differently. They say 4 times 20 equals to 80. And then when they go to 90, they go and 10. So the same scenario would relate over here. It would be a total of 91 cubic count. Doesn't mean they have to use everything. Just the total numbers at play. Okay, you only total numbers at play. I'm on a thought right now. Just give me a second. The gateway to the heaven and birth. 3 times 17, 51 Mars. 3 times 18, 54 the sun. 3 times 19, 57 the moon. 107, 108, 109. All zeros equal to 6. All zeros equal to 6. Today is the 304th day of the year. Today is the 304th day of the year. All zeros equal 6 becomes 364. 364 is equivalent to 13 moons of 28 days. The year is over on Halloween somehow. But we've shifted it. It can't work that way, but it should be that way in the system that they're working. But it's not that way according to other calendars. So we're going to come over here. So they're going to say 4 times 20. And then when they get to 91, they're going to say 11 as a whole, 12 as a whole, 13 as a whole, 14 as a whole, 15 as a whole, 16 as a whole. So we count all the tens as 1. Instead of counting the tens, we're just going to count the 21. 77 is because they separated. The 60, remember, the 6, anything to do with the 6 means the half-life. The cube is the one that tells me. Let's slow this down a notch. When you get to 91, when you count, I have to say the count that includes 91 will include the 11. Will include the 11. Including the 11 on a cube. The opposite is 66, so you include the woman. When you include the 12, you include Electric Company, the God of the Spirit. 1 and 2, Alpha, Beta, creation. When you pick 1 and 3, you're actually into the cards now. Okay, when you look at this, you'll have to look at 13 in the cards. It's the letter M, it's the number 4. The number 4 is a number that's inside the DNA and the sun, where it shows up here and here. Mars DNA. Mars DNA. Right here. Number to Mars, 51. This can be reversed backwards and used as 12. Alpha, Beta. Father, creation. 91 is used as the Spirit, as is 13. They reflect each other, this one and this one. You turn this around to 19 or 91. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals 3 and 4. 3 times 4, 3 plus 4 equals 7 and 12 equals to a total of 19. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4, 4 and 5 equals 9. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 equals 5 and 6, 11, 9, 11, or 9 and 2. Total back to 11 over here. So the equations create new equations that tell a story of how they relate to each other. 21. 420. Okay, do you remember what I said over here? 360. Where is it? 360 degrees. 360 degrees times 6 equals 2160 diameter of the moon. If you add the extra 60 degrees on, 6 by 60 degrees, 360, 2520. Equals, this one over here says Earth, Earth, 77 to Christ. It also says, when you multiply it and add it, becomes 17 and 17. It becomes the same thing as 34. There's so many, it becomes Mars again, because 7 and 7 is 14, 1 plus 4 equals to 5. And on the other side, I'm trying to think of the number was 1. No, it would become 5 and 2. It would be Earth. It would say Earth at the end. The reason for the extra movement in this is because we're moving time faster than what it's supposed to move according to this, or it's been enveloped into this system. We're passing 360 days for what a real year should be, 304 if I get this correct. We should be on the 13th moon right over here after the 304th day, according to this scenario. But anyways, one in all in a ball. The atom, the ox in the house, the nature, the animal, the mammal, the bird, the insect, the human nature, nature and the human nature. 8 is the connecting worlds to 6. The house is connected. You don't see it in the center. The house is connected to the one spirit of light. Through Electric Company and Alpha Beta Creation, the ox in the house. This is just the ox in the house. They're telling you what happened. Here's the ox in the house. There's nobody else. Electric Company has not come in, has not created power, nothing to unite. When you unite Electric Company, 5, right, and 6, you intake 1 and 2 Alpha Beta Creation inside. This is E for, I like to use this for spirit, for energy, and this is for the God of the spirit, for the half-life. That's that half-life. And you hold it up this way, and it shows you the greatest diameter is now on the cross. So there's more than one way to create this 6. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Happy Halloween. Oh, let me get this camera out. Hey kitty cat, say happy Halloween.